Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
The minister does not have a recording. He told us he's got a recording and he wants us to play. That's number one. Number two, he wanted us to listen to something he never listened to himself. Because it's not there. And that's what you should be asking the minister. Not that where we are now, we don't have a recording. That recording doesn't exist. Let's agree there. That there was no such a recording where Mchunu was threatening the minister. And that's why I was interested that he must bring that thing here, because we want to hear for real if minister was threatened. Minister comes, that thing is not here, and then we speak in different languages. We must put it on record that the minister doesn't have that recording, and therefore that recording doesn't exist.
You are absolutely correct, Honorable Member. And that is how we are proceeding. That is understood, Honorable Minister. We are proceeding from that premise that the evidence that you promised has not been presented before the ad hoc committee.
Again, yes, I've said so.
Thank you so much.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane, host is in Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm just doing a follow-up on that voice note that Minister Mchunu said he's going to bring today or yesterday, and he failed to bring it. You know, allegedly there was a voice note where he was saying he was being threatened by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. I did play a clip where General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi did acknowledge that there was such a conversation, but he did not take it as a threat, but as a warning. He said he gave out a warning to say if this continues, it might bring, the whole Department of Police, even Mr. Mchunu himself, in trouble. So General Mkhwanazi did say that, but fortunately for General Mkhwanazi, it was not caught on camera. So what does this tell us? It tells us that the Chief of Staff, Mr. Mkabinde, was at Escalum. After what General Mkhwanazi said to him, then he started recording. He started recording late. So General Mkhwanazi remembers what he said. But fortunately, like I said, for him, that thing was not there. It was not there. Maybe they will find it in the future. Who knows? You'll never know. But as for now, 2 days ago, Julius Malema said, no, Minister, you are making a very serious allegation. What you are saying there, you need to come and prove it tomorrow. So please, tomorrow, come with that part. We don't care how long the clip is, whether it's 15 minutes or whatever, but come with that small clip that you are talking about, so that we can hear this threat that General Mkhwanazi had towards your direction. And it was not there. They started the procedures, and everybody wanted to hear this because it was going to be breaking news. I see many of you say, no, King, it was not going to change anything. It was not really going to change anything, I agree. But in terms of how the ad hoc committee, the Madlanga Commission, how they conclude their recommendations, I think they were going to note it as a red flag as to how Mkhwanazi spoke about his senior. And again, the another serious thing about that, if that clip was available, he was saying, Mchunu was saying, Mkhwanazi said that if he was clean in the times when he was premier, let him continue. So it will mean that Mkhwanazi held some information or have some access to some information that can bring Mchunu down. So that was the warning that we were all looking forward to. But Mchunu was then given a chance to say, hey, daughter, you did not bring the clip. Now you have to bring Parliament into confidence. And this is where I say sometimes wisdom comes, because when you are wrong, it is nice to just accept on the spot to say, hey, I am wrong. What I said was misled, and I apologize, and I withdraw my comments. But this is what Mchunu said.
So let's give him a chance so that we deal with the matter once and for all. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Chair. I believe I made an honest mistake. I was under the impression that that part that I spoke about was actually there, and it was part of what was sent here. Then I make follow-up after making an undertaking, and it becomes clear that no, recording had not started when this part was discussed among them. And therefore, I made that mistake, and I apologize.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think now Mchunu realizing that, listen, what I said is not true. And we have to say Mchunu was let down, number one, by his team. And number two, he was let down by himself. And also, this shows the lack of preparedness in terms of the entire team. This was a very important thing for them, because it was a point where they could push back to Mkhwanazi and also paint Mkhwanazi in a different light to South Africans, to say, yeah, the Mkhwanazi that you guys know is not perfect. He also said this about me, and you know, he wanted to build it up to reasons why he never really consulted Mkhwanazi when he dismantled the political task killing team, but unfortunately it did not work out for him. Like I said, this voice note might resurface in the future. It might die, but I think Mkhwanazi is very lucky that the recording started late, and this is all about his friend Nkabinde, who is the one who recorded this conversation. Nobody forced Nkabinde to record it. I don't buy that story. He's a grown man. He recorded it wanting to impress his boss, and it backfired, because when you listen to the voice note, not really, and nothing meaty was really said that you can take home or take to the court. So now, the question then remains, like I said, I also appreciate that he apologized. He just said, listen, I apologize. I am wrong. What I said was wrong. I apologize. This is what Uzandile Dabula was supposed to do when she was asked about the frontline state. She was just supposed to say, I don't know, excuse me, can you figure it out? South Africans don't have a problem. Now South Africans are letting this thing of Mchunu go, because he's saying, listen, I was wrong. I thought the clip was in there, and I'm wrong. And that is how humility is supposed to be. I'm not saying Mchunu is all right in everything, but in terms of this part, for us to continue and move forward, just say, I am wrong, I was wrong, the thing that I wanted is not there, so that we can continue with the line of questioning of other things, which was very important. Did you know this person? Don't you know this person? But Julius Malema says, even if he was right, even if you came here with that voice note, because Julius Malema was prepared for either two, that for either one, to say, if he was right, then okay, let's address it. But even if he was right and you did not get the clip, why should that worry you? Because we get threatened as politicians all the time.
Why would someone who says, if you are clean, go on, and then you see that as a threat? Because we get told that nonsense all the time. Malema is not there because he's not clean, he meant severe, and then I must be threatened by that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
If someone says to you, if you are clean, go on, and let's see what happens. I'll never see that as a threat because I'm clean. Actually, I'm continuing so that you can take whatever you want to take against me. If I know I'm clean, I will never be blackmailed. If that is kind of a blackmail or a threat, why would you take Something like that is a threat where a person says, if you were clean, go on. And you say, I'm being threatened. You're not being threatened. He's right. If you are clean, go on. And you are going on because you think you are clean. You have nothing to hide. You have never retreated from what you're doing because someone said, if he's clean, let him proceed. I don't think that is a threat.
It's not a threat in a sense, but it is in a sense. Because
now you're speaking like an ANC politician.
no.
Now. It's not a threat in a sense, it's a threat in a sense.
Yeah, let me finish. Let me finish. It is in another sense, because it sends a message that say, right, go on with this, not because it is legal, not because it is, go on with it, not because it is legal, not because it's unconstitutional, but I will see if I will check on your cleanliness. So it smacks off some covered kind of message meant to compromise you, not on principle. This was based on principle. It was not, I wasn't saying because I'm clean or because I'm not clean. Because it was not because of me. I was doing it on principle, based on the scarcity of resources that we were directed to ensure we use them optimally.
Yes, and I think Julius is right on this one. If you have nothing to hide, you don't get moved when your name is mentioned. We had Julius Malema's name being mentioned there at the Matlanga Commission. Julius is not moved. Like, okay, so my name is mentioned in connection of the Big Five. Let's see what will come out. Let's hear the evidence that is going to come out and everything. And I think this is why Julius Malema, in the beginning, when that lady of the Democratic Alliance was asked to recruit herself because she was named by or flagged by Untantla Mkhwanazi, Julius Malema said, no, you guys know that the names are going to come out. And I said it back then, I said he probably knows that his name somewhere, somehow was also going to be named. So other politicians will try and follow up and try to make it a big thing. You got Julius Malema, but I don't think anything big is going to come out. We'll have to wait and see. But Julius Malema is saying, listen, why is it a threat? When someone says, when someone is trying to threaten you not to take out information or not to pursue a certain action, and you know that you are totally innocent when it comes to that, take it out. Let them do what they need to do. And I also believe in that. If you are in the right, allow people to say whatever they want and everything. You know, yesterday we made a video about Dabula, who says Dabula, and some people felt like, King, why are you protecting this woman? This woman, I said, it's funny to me how many people can watch the same video but get different perspective out of it. That always fascinates me. It always fascinates me. I don't defend Operation Dudula. You guys, if you guys know who King Said So is and what I stand for, anything that Operation Dudula does, let me not say anything, majority of the things that Operation Dudula does, I am totally against, because I am of a view that we are speaking about Pan-Africanism, Black consciousness, African unity. That's what I stand for. I don't stand for criminality. I don't say people must come in South Africa and do crime and whatever and do whatever. But I am saying, if you have an energy to fight people who have come to South Africa, stolen our land by colonization and everything, let me see your energy fighting those people. Let it not look like your enemies is always black people from Zimbabwe and Malawi, Mozambique, and so forth. Let me see, if you want to fight and you want to say you are patriotic to South African, let me see you fighting white companies. Let me see you going to farms. Let me see you go into where it will hurt the pocket of the white people. Then I will support Dudula and say what Dudula is doing is correct. They want to win Africa or South Africa back to its people, but not this targeting of African people and everything. But even saying that, even saying that, I am not going to be, as a person who pushes black consciousness and understand the African child is misinformed. The African child is easily bought. The infiltration into our organizations is big in Africa. So I understand why this woman has got an absence of knowledge because of the agenda she's pushing. I understand it. And I say I will not form part of saying let's put a tire on her and let's stone her to death for not knowing what frontline states are. I'm not part of that. I'm not defending Dudula, but I will always stand on the side of African people. And sometimes I will defend, sometimes I'll defend defend and protect African people that some of you don't love, because some of you, your love and your passion for Africans has got limitation and has got conditions. Mine doesn't. And I think sometimes that is a weakness that I have, and I am aware of it. I am aware that sometimes that is a weakness. People will hate you for defending Julius Malema because they hate Julius Malema. Some people will hate you for defending Zuma because they hate Zuma. Even cupcakes, Cyril Ramaphosa, there's times where I say, I know this president is bought, I know this president what he's doing, he's killing our country. But when it comes to when it comes to push and shove, and we have to defend an African president, I'll be the one who will be defending him. Just like we defended Mugabe in his last days. We said, Mugabe, you were supposed to let go of power when you were still alright. Look now how you are getting pushed out. But anyway, as an African person, we are defending you, and we hope that your legacy can be preserved properly. It is up to him for staying in power up into his 90s. That's his problem. But I will not form part of fighting any African child. Even the African child that has sold out, we still hope that one day we can win them over, because we know for sure that the enemies that are funding them, the enemies that are protecting them, one day they will turn against them, and African children has got nowhere to go. They can't pack and go to Europe. They can't pack and go anywhere. They must come back home. So that's what I wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Says So. Please click the subscribe button and let's grow this channel to 60,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I really appreciate the support that you guys are giving me. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.